Hi everybody, it's me Colton Johnson with Empty Popcorn Bucket Production. This might be a shorter video than my other movie reviews, but today I went and saw, well, not today, as I'm recording it last night, I went and saw Ballerina from the world of John Wick. It's the John Wick spin-off movie starring Ana de Armas, and let's just say, I very much enjoyed it. At first I was a little skeptical with the fact that they're doing a spin-off to the John Wick franchise. And I mean, there's potential, there's different stories that can be told, especially with the connectivity with Continental and all the other branched off characters that there are in the franchise. So the idea of having a movie focused around this group warranted a pretty interesting story, and they told a pretty interesting story. So let's jump into this movie. So as the movie started, I was still kind of feeling a little bit skeptical. My expectations were a little bit lowered, but after the slower start, I think until it gets all through all the backstory stuff and jumps into Ana de Armas' character Eve, that's really when this movie picks up with the action and the moments with the characters. I felt like this movie could have gone really, really bad with it being a John Wick spinoff and having John Wick shoehorned here and there. But the way they incorporate John Wick into the story, I felt like was appropriate and worked really well for the context of what the story is. So I'm very glad that it did that. Another great thing about this movie that I really love was just how grotesque and brutal it was. I mean, there's some moments in the other John Wick movies that kind of have that same level, but some of the stuff that are in this movie, like the stunts and the action, are breathtaking and literal. Like, I was blown away with some of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff with flamethrowers towards the end of the movie that was like some of the best I've seen in this franchise, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. I felt like the movie did have a little bit of pacing issues here and there. There's just like slow burn moments in between all the action sequences, so I feel like sometimes it just jumps from action sequence to action sequence to action sequence, but like all the action sequences were great, but I feel like the transition into those were a little weak and felt a little bit off. But I feel like that doesn't really hurt it because it's kind of doing its purpose as an action flick. I mean, for someone whose YouTube channel is called Empty Popcorn Bucket Productions, this definitely was an empty popcorn bucket movie because, I mean, I got some popcorn and I ate it all. So that's to show you how entertained I was with the movie. Not 100% based on the entirety of the quality of the movies. So with the John Wick movies, I very much enjoy them. I had only seen them for the first time when John Wick 4 came out, and they're a lot of fun. I feel like this one probably lands itself like somewhere in the middle when it compared to all the other movies, which isn't bad. I think it is honestly one of the stronger stories found within the John Wick movies, despite it slightly being a little bit predictable, but like it was still entertaining nonetheless. I felt like from the moment they get to that little town towards the end, that is really when like things like for sure pick up, and there's some sequences that are like, dang, that are just great, and I love it. But I think the best John Wick movie is the fourth one. It's honestly one of my like top 10 action movies, and there's just like such a charm that Keanu Reeves brings to these movies, and like even the moments that we do see him in this movie, phenomenal. But I like how he didn't outshine the main star, which was Ana de Armas. She's incredible. I think every movie that I've seen her in, she's done fantastic. She's in Knives Out. She was in No Time to Die, like the James Bond movie. She's been in plenty other movies, and the movies that I've seen her in, she's phenomenal. and is a wonderful actress, and she does a lot of great things. So she does really good in this movie, and I very much enjoyed that. One aspect of the movie that I feel like could have been a little bit better was just the connectivity of certain characters within, but I felt like it wasn't too bad. I got a little confused towards the beginning, but like towards the end, everything made sense and it was okay. But overall, I would rate this movie 4 out of 5. I had a lot of fun, and that plays into a lot of my ranking of this movie. I think it's just a blast. I definitely recommend it if you're a fan of these movies. It's definitely a good one to watch in theaters. So let me know in the comments below if you're excited for this movie, or if you have seen it, what did you think? And have a wonderful day. Also, be sure to check out all my other videos. Go like, subscribe, and share. I actually might be doing another video for my other channel, depending on my schedule. So we'll see if that will be releasing, but stay tuned for that. And then for my How to Train Your Dragon ranking video, I might be doing that. So I'm seeing How to Train Your Dragon next week, the live action. So depending on when I see that, because I could be seeing it somewhere between Wednesday to Friday. So whenever I see that will determine whether I do that whole video. And then I did mention last week, or one of my last videos, about my Pixar video and how it's going to be on hold. Well, I decided no, that's not going to be the case, and I am currently working on it right now. As in, I'm watching the movies as we speak. I've watched 7 out of the 29 movies, and they'll all culminate with seeing Elio. And so with the weekend, I have more time to watch some more Pixar movies. But I am very much excited for that as well. But yeah, I love movies. I hope you do too. And yeah, like, subscribe, and share, and have a wonderful day. Bye!